we made great progress tackling one of our biggest challenges, managing water on the property. Last week, Philippe extended 3 ditches. Here, here, and here. Plus, he brought up something really interesting, a discovery we made a while back that might just help us solve the water issues for good in the future.
Up there was the solution. Between the big trees, there is sources of water. They had a drain up there. It has been broken or clogged.
Now let's head up the property and show you what we found. But first, the chickens need their breakfast.
Ja, kijk, ook gezien nu doen. Ja, ga je de kipjes vrijlaten? Ja. Ja, steen, eerst de steen hoor.
Een zware steen. Oh, mama. Doe maar open. Kipje, ja. Doe maar volledig open.
Kipje!
Hier, wil je eten geven? Ja. Kom.
We gaan naar boven wandelen, Odin. Kom. Kom, Odin. Maar degene die niet meer goed zijn, ga ik omdoen. Gelijk met de grond. Alright, last video we were showing you the amount of water we're struggling with. And I talked about that we found some old waterways or old drainage or whatever on top of the land. And this is the first pond that we found. You can see behind me, there's a little old wall, a dam wall that they created. I don't know how far it goes because we have to clean everything. But this is actually the first one. There's still water flowing in it, but because there's a lot of trees growing on the dam, next to the dam, it's broken. So all the water just goes through. Or the mechanism inside is broken. The only way we're gonna find out is to bring the excavator here, dig it out, remove all this plastic battery glass that someone dumped here, and have a look. Because it would be nice if we could repair this, and maybe this is the ultimate solution to our problem with all the water coming down.
Ja.
My guess is this was used as drinking pools for the animals, because from what I gather and from what I see from the barns and everything, this used to be a cow farm, so they would need a lot of water. Anyways, this pool goes to a second pool. There's a little stream and then goes to a second pool, and then it goes a little bit further. In total we have found 3 of these pools on the land already, so it's quite amazing. They had a whole system, I think. So here you can see the little stream continuing on from the first pond, but this one goes to a second pond which is smaller. I don't know if it used to be always smaller or it's just filled in. That's something to see when we clean it up. Okay, this is the second pool, and then there used to be a dam over here. You can still see the remnants. On top of here are the dam stones, and they used to go around, I think, like this. And then the water still goes underneath, and we can see it going further down the stream. And then the stream continues down on our land, on the border, and then it comes into another stream, and that goes down to the river. So we haven't found on this part, we haven't found any other pool. So it's these two for now, because a lot of it is overgrown, and there is one pool that we found on the other side of the land, which is also damaged because of the trees, but you see spring coming in it.
Papa har med, ja.
Hallo Odin! I want to clear something up because I saw a lot of comments about it, and someone actually made a very nice comment on how this place worked, where the cows were. So I'm just gonna explain it quick, because sometimes we just take away and we assume people know what we are taking away. But this was the place where the cows were. This is where you saw me destroying the concrete pad, so the cows were in here actually. And then you have these openings, and that's where the head came through. And here is where the feed was. So they were feeding here, and apparently that I wasn't sure about because I'm not a farmer, but while they were feeding, they were probably milking on the other side. In that corner was the cow trough, where there was water for the cows. and most of the time they would have been outside. What they still do here, even during the winter, the cows are outside most of the time, which is nice. So up here was the ceiling, which was very low, and on top of that ceiling was probably the feed for the cows. So they would just push it over, spread it here, and then the cows would be able to feed. So that's a little bit on how this cow farm probably worked in here. So I see a lot of questions about the beams. They're stacked outside. Yes, I know they're stacked outside, but inside it was even more damp. So they're actually going to be better off outside now. They're not stacked against each other, and they're not stacked directly on the floor. So they should be fine, and we want to give them another purpose. They're not hardwoods or oak. So I saw someone in the comments, and I think he lives not too far away from here, who says they used to use a lot of poplar for these kinds of applications. So the roof is oak, but like these little in-between roofs or stuff, they used a lot of poplar, which would explain the lightness of it, because it's very light. This is going away now because we want to use the space for other purposes. We just want to make it one space. So workshop, storage downstairs, and upstairs here, and the other side we want to make 2 platforms and live in there while we renovate the farmhouse, because I don't like renovating a house while you are living in it. Right, so I've made this little channel. There's the same like that was in here. It's concrete on top of rubble. Well, rubble, actually the stones that the barn and the house are made of. I'm gonna grab my chainsaw, cut it here, and see if I can move it out of the way, because it will make it easier to shoot away the concrete. And it is rotten. It's always been in the wet here. That's what I mean by concrete is a good solution, but not always, and especially like this. The other side was concrete as well, and then there's an old stone wall where this sits on, so the moisture had no more escape, so it always went straight into the beam. And that's why it's rotten like this, and the underside of the openings for the cows are rotten as well. Don't fall yet. Don't fall. Let's go to the other side, yes. So there was a little part here that I left inside, because this beam is supporting the roof beam a little bit, but what was underneath wasn't actually touching it anymore, so it's supported here now. And it's supported 2 times over there, and on the other side it's still in the wall, so should be fine. Same thing here. 2 here, 2 behind me. The third one is doing nothing. That was just when we were removing the beam going that way, so it wouldn't fall against the studs. Up. Okay. if there was a lot of weight on it, I wouldn't be able to get it out that easily. Okay, let's get this lower one, see if we can move it. It is easier to do this with two, that's for sure. And I know I have my excavator, but like I told you, sometimes, especially with a mini excavator, they're very jumpy. So the bigger they are, the more docile they are. The littler, like mine, is you can't really work very smooth with it. Like to remove this, you will just jolt, and I don't want to jolt against this beam or anything, so it's better just to do it by hand. That doesn't mean once they're out there that I'm gonna carry them away. That's a different thing. Alright, this reminds me of the water trough in that corner. The things that need to be the least reinforced are the hardest, because this was easier, where the cows, and the cow, I don't know, weighs a ton a piece, was easier than the trough. The trough was built like a bunker, and this, where the food was stacked up, is a lot harder than this. I've got an idea that does involve the excavator. That's the only thing that sucks if you hit a nail. It instantly blunts your chainsaw. Very strange what's happening. It smells burnt here. What is wrong? What is wrong? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, damn it. And I don't have a second one, I have a small one. Ah! Ay, 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 ay. Probably the electric motor inside that's burned. Open it up, order it, and hopefully I have it this week. I have a smaller one, but yeah, I'll give it a go, but it's not very handy to work with. This is a brushed engine, so there's a little carbon that pushes against the engine, which makes it turn around. I was checking if those were done, but they're not done at all. They're still quite good, so it's probably the engine itself. So I'm gonna take it out, look at the part number, order a new one, plop it in, and hopefully it's that.
Ah, yeah, puppies. Yeah. What is that? Gilly gilly puppy. Gilly 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 puppy. Voilà. Bravo. Merci. Okay.
These are roof slates. I think they're the ones from the house, so I'm not going to throw them away yet. Alright, these ones I kept them to the side because they're the ones that came off the wall crashing down, so they belong to the barn. Maybe that's stupid, but I'll just place them there. Alright.
Wat zeg je, Odin? Is dat zo? Ik heb een mandarijn mee.
Mandarijn. Dat is een mandarijn. Papa vergist hem. Ja, mandarijn, dat is ook goed, hè?
Haha. Ja. Wacht hè, Odin. Wacht hè, want June gaat naar buiten komen, hè. June. Voilà.
Papa.
Ja, goed zo.
Mama, ga jij doen?
Maar mama gaat even eten maken, Odin.
Eten, mama.
Ja.
Mama, look. Mama. Mama, ma.
Doe maar, Odin, maar mama moet even eten maken, oké?
Papi. Epa. Mama. De koekje.
Nee, dat is geen koekje, dat is tomatensaus.
De tomatensaus.
Goed, tomatensaus.
Merci, papa.
Appétit. Appétit.
Bon appétit.
Appétit.
Smakelijk.
Mama, mama.
Oh. Nee, hoe is het daar?
Papi.
Nee.
Nee.
Is dat?
Deze?
Ga je het ook doen?
Ja, doe maar open. Ja, de andere kant, Odin. Ja, ja, doe maar. Ja. Ja. Voilà, bravo Odin.
Mama.
Mama zal helpen. Ja, en een beetje eten.
Ga je duwen? Pas op voor je vingers, hè? Ja. Voilà.
Ja.
Sushida. Sushida. Sushida.